morning, welcome back to one of my videos. Today we are going to talk about your presentations this year, which we're going to do soon in video conferences. As you can see, we need this sheet here, ninth grade presentations, countries, their capitals and sites. Let's read through it. I'm going to tell you a lot about it and then I can show you how to do the presentation, alright? In general, im Allgemeinen, in general, you will have to do a presentation of about 5 to 6 minutes about one country. Not 2 or 3, just one. You can choose any country, so it doesn't have to be an English-speaking country. But obviously, of course, your presentation must be in English. Yeah? Okay, but you can also have Brazil, for example, here, and they speak Portuguese, but you can still use it for our presentation. Or Russia, or China, okay? Write me quickly which country you would like to choose, because there can't be two students who do the same country, okay? If you don't know which country you should choose, I can give you one. If you're really clueless what to do, I can just tell you what to do. You will do a presentation in a video conference with Mr. Paulo and the class. So you will need a camera and a microphone for your presentation. I hope you can borrow a camera and micro if you don't have them. If it's impossible for you to get a camera and a micro, write me soon. Alright? Okay. Of course, you will get a mark, British English, or grade, American English, for your presentation. So, Note, yeah? This is how you do the presentation. Send me all your material before your presentation in the video conference. It's very important to send me the material before the presentation. Then I can already prepare everything and I can help you in the presentation, yeah? Because you are going to do the presentation in the video conference and I'm going to show the others the pictures and so on. So you don't have to do everything at the same time, okay? You need to send me, yeah, your text about your country. So you must type a text. If you really don't want to type it, you can also write it and send me a picture of your written text, handwritten text, but I think typing is definitely better. Then a map of your country in English. This has often been a mistake by students that they used a map in German. Okay, there are so many maps of your country in English on the web. Yeah, I'm sure you can find some. Okay, one map in English. And 2 pictures of a famous site in your country, that's one, and of your capital, yeah, your country's capital. Of course, your picture of your capital can be about a site in your capital. That's also okay. Yeah? Maybe there is a famous site, Sehenswürdigkeit, in your capital, so you can also have a site in your capital. And then another picture about another famous site. Alright? Then, now we actually start the presentation, yeah, in your video conference. Introduce yourself, sich vorstellen, and tell the audience some basic things about your country. For example, what's the capital, the size of your country, the population, are there any other big cities which are important, famous sites, yeah? What can you tell us about the sites? Don't just copy your text from Wikipedia, because I want every student to understand your text. So don't use difficult text. Yeah? Of course, you can use your text from you can use the text which you find somewhere on the internet, but then you must simplify it, vereinfachen. Yeah? Don't just use difficult texts. Okay. Describe the map of your I must change that. Sorry, of your country, of course. Describe the map of your country. Where is the capital? Other important cities, where can you find them? Where are the famous sites? Maybe there's a national park, yeah? And you want to show us where it is. Famous mountains, famous lakes, famous rivers, the sea, yeah, of course, if it's Austria, you can't have the sea, yeah, das Meer, the sea, not lakes, yeah, lakes and the sea are not the same. But of course, in Germany, for example, you would show us the Northern Sea, yeah, and then you can also show us the Baltic Sea. Okay, Baltic Sea is Ostsee. Okay, neighboring countries. Which neighboring countries are there? In Germany, for example, Austria, Switzerland, France, Poland, Denmark, and what else? Luxembourg, yeah, Belgium, the Netherlands, yeah. Okay. Mr. Paula will show the map to all the other students in the video conference, so everybody will see your map. Of course, you must send Mr. Paula the map before the conference. Yeah, you see, so it's very important to send me everything before the conference. Then describe one picture of your country's capital in English. Mr. Paula will show the picture to all the other students in the video conference, so everybody will see your picture. Of course, you must send Mr. Paula the picture before the conference. Alright? Good. Next. Describe one picture of the country's most important site in English. Yeah? If there are many different sites which are all very important, you must choose it. Yeah? Choose the most important site. Mr. Paula will show the picture to all the other students in the video conference, so everybody will see your picture. Of course, you must send Mr. Paula the picture before the conference. Again, right. So, you need two pictures. One picture about your country's capital. Of course, there can also be a very famous site in this picture. And you must describe a second picture about the country's most important site. Yeah? So, I can actually imagine that you can have two pictures of your country's capital, because the most important site is also in the capital. Yeah? Okay, that would be okay. 6. Your presentation should be held freely, but you can look at some notes in your hands. Okay, that's alright. Your presentation will be in a video conference in the next weeks. There will always be about 5 presentations in one video conference. Ask Mr. Paul about the date. Yeah, so you won't be just on your own in this video conference. Not just you and me, for example, but the class, and there will be more than you who are going to do the presentation, right? You don't need to prepare a computer presentation. Your text, a map, and 2 pictures are enough. So that's actually good for you. Don't do a computer presentation. That's alright here. And at the end, always ask, are there any questions? Or do you have any questions? Are there any questions left? Something like this. Don't just stop your presentation. So it's really important to ask something like this. And if there are questions, don't worry about the questions. You can, it's not part of the mark, not part of the grade. Also es wird dann nicht mehr bewertet. So you can answer the questions in English, and even if you make mistakes in your answers, don't worry about it. Yeah? And if you really can't answer the questions in English, you can also answer them in German, but I can help you in English, okay? Right. Good, ladies. Now, I'll just show you some pictures. You won't be able to choose Israel as a country because nobody has ever chosen it. So I chose it as one example. Yeah. So you're going to see it. Just a moment. Hello? Oh yes, so I'm back again. Yeah, I'm back again. Right. So first of all, of course, you would tell us about country and so on, yeah. Um, all the basic facts. I'm not going to do that here because it's not too difficult, I hope. Yeah, it's quite easy to understand that. So you would tell us about Israel, for example, population, the size, maybe about its history. You can do that. Yeah. Then you've got the map here. Okay, and you would do it like this, for example. In this map, you can see the state of Israel, the country of Israel. It's the yellow country here, and its capital is Jerusalem. It's here. Only the western part of Jerusalem is its capital. The eastern part of the capital is the capital actually of the Palestinians. This is the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip is actually not really a country, but it's a territory which belongs to the Palestinians. Okay? Right, so back to Israel. Jerusalem is the capital. Then Tel Aviv is not its capital, but it's the most important country for business and culture, and yeah, most people live in Tel Aviv, and it's also the holiday capital, you could say. There is a long beach, and it's wonderful. So the most important things in this country, in the country of Israel, happen in Tel Aviv, but Jerusalem is its capital, and it's the religious capital, you could say. Yeah. Okay. And what else can I tell you about it? Yeah. Here's the Dead Sea, das Tote Meer, the Dead Sea, and it's very interesting because it has got a very high degree of salt in the water. Yeah, you can actually float on the water. So if you step into the Dead Sea, you won't sink. Yeah, you won't go under. You can't actually die because you can't breathe in the water. So you will just float on the water because there's so much salt in the water. But it's toxic. Yeah? There are a lot of chemicals and a lot of deadly salt in the Dead Sea. So never drink the water there. Yeah, you could die actually. Okay. And for example, one important river which feeds, which feeds the Dead Sea is the Jordan River. It's here, the Jordan River. It goes down from the Lake Tiberias here in the north, and the Golan Heights here in the north, they are the source of this river. Right? Okay. What else is important? Important other cities. Haifa is a city where a lot of Arabs live. So in Israel there are also quite many Arabs. Yeah? They are citizens of Israel, but they are not Jews. They are Arabs. And these Arabs are either Christians, Palestinians who are Christian, or Muslims. Alright, okay. Then what else? There was Tel Aviv, I told you about it before. Then there's Eilat. Eilat is a holiday resort. It's here in the south. Look, there is even already the Arabian Sea down here. So this is a very warm area. You can dive here. It's a holiday resort. Dive and surf. Okay. Here's the Mediterranean Sea. So that's the sea which is also next to Italy. Yeah. What else can I tell you about it? If we include the West Bank to Israel, which we shouldn't because it's actually Palestinian territory, we can also look at Bethlehem and Hebron. Bethlehem, you must all know. So it's the famous town which you know from the Bible. Okay? Right, okay. That's mostly it. Good. Then, this would be the part with the map. Now we go on to the next picture. Sorry, I forgot about here, the neighboring countries. This is the country of Jordan, and here is Syria. There is Lebanon, a very tiny, a very small country, and there is Egypt. And I could maybe tell you that Israel has fought 3 wars with its neighbors. So there have been 3 wars against Egypt, Jordan, Syria, and also Lebanon. Yeah? And there's Saudi Arabia down here, but it's not really a neighbor of Israel. Okay, good. Then the next part would be, let me see. Where is it? Here. Good. Just a moment. I don't want to do the wrong thing. So first describe the map of your country. Describe one country of the country's capital. Okay, the capital is next. So this picture shows the center of Jerusalem. Yeah, and this part is called the Temple Mount. And here you see a lot of people, a crowd of people, and they are all Jews. They go there to pray here at the Temple Mount. We in German we call it the Klagemauer. Yeah? And here they put little sheets of paper into the wall to pray with prayers on the little sheets of paper. Yeah? Then of course you see a lot of old buildings, you see towers, there's another tower, old towers, you see a wall, right? Of course, it used to be a fortress, a kind of a castle, yeah? And 2000 years ago this was a big temple, but then it was destroyed by the Romans. And here the inner part is already part of the Palestinians, yeah? So this is already part of the capital of the Palestinians. This is the Temple Mount. It's a mosque, as you can see. It has got a golden dome. You call this a dome. So the roof here is a dome. So it's a mosque, moschee, a mosque. Yeah? And you see a lot of ruins. So these parts belong to the old Jewish temple. But as I said before, the temple was destroyed by Roman soldiers 2000 years ago. Yeah? And of course there are a lot of trees around here. It's almost a little wood. Yeah? And there are also some people, usually a lot of people are up here. And here there is another mosque. It's the Al-Aqsa Mosque. It's also a very famous mosque. Yeah? Okay, so I would say, and maybe here you could say these are stairs. People can enter the Temple Mount via these stairs. Yeah, it's almost like a tunnel. Yeah, okay, good. I think that would be enough. All right. There's a street with cars. So describe everything in in your picture. Then we go on to the next picture. Oh, sorry, this is wrong. Where is the next picture? Here. Okay, a very famous site we can see in this picture. By the way, I have been to Israel. That was 10 years ago, and it was really cool, a very good trip. And I also went to this place. It's an old fortress. It's like a castle. Yeah, it's 2000 years old. As you can see ruins, very old buildings. They are mostly destroyed, so they are ruins. And you can see stairs here. So it's a big mountain, a high mountain with crowds of people. They are all tourists and they're walking around. In the background you see another mountain, and down there is a valley, and you would see the Dead Sea here. The Dead Sea is next to it. Alright? And by the way, you can't really see it here. This is a cable car, and this is like a tower. Yeah? So you can go up there to this fortress, the castle, via a cable car. But you can also walk up there. But it's forbidden in summer because it's really, really hot, and the people here are afraid that you might collapse. Okay, right. So there's a little path here and just some background information. You don't have to do that in your presentation. Um, so the Roman soldiers, they attacked this castle, and the Jews here, there were Jewish soldiers up here, and they defended the castle against the Romans for 1 year. So for 1 year, the Jews, they stayed in this castle and they fought against the Romans. And as you can imagine, the Romans couldn't get into the castle. It was really difficult. But at the end, the Romans, they stormed it, and but the Jews in here, they all committed suicide before they were killed by the Romans. Yeah? To commit suicide, so they killed themselves because they didn't want to get killed by the Romans. Yeah? So there's also a big tragedy here for Israel happened here in this castle. Alright, ladies, so this is the way you can do it, but of course you can keep it shorter. I'm sure I have already talked longer than I'm actually allowed. Yeah? So you can keep it shorter, definitely. But just describe everything in this picture. Okay, so I hope this helped you, the video helped you, and you know how to do your presentation. Are there any questions? No? Okay. Bye bye, see you.